Now this one is the one that I look forward the most, and I have to say is still pretty good, but this one really is a bit of a disappointment. So this is Zeus. So it's based on Jupiter. And you can see that because it has a giant hole here to represent the eye of Jupiter, the eternal storm on the surface of Jupiter, and the fact that it has a lot of horizontal line on him to represent all of the storm line. So yeah, as you can see, it's not actually packing that well, but it's not too bad. All of these have a little bit of problem in terms of fitting them in, because there's a lot of finagling to actually get all of the pieces in. Yeah. And this guy is also a little bit of a shell former. Well, no, it is a shell former, but has one part that need to be removed to actually make it work. Yeah, worst toy ever. Yeah. Sorry, I've been watching M-Ghost stuff a lot recently. But yeah, all you have to do is to unpack everything. Come on. There you go. Yeah, you can see that he's not really transformer. He's of a shell, a ball former. There you go. Now that we've done all of those, now is the time to yeah, just move everything to get him into position. That looks good. So the backpack is best look like that. He has a little bit of an ab crunch joint to facilitate the transformation. Okay, rotate the arm forward, rotate the fist. These armor plates can be anywhere you want, really. You can push them against the side of the arm, or you can deliberately set them further away to make them look like a hovering shield. Which I think in the show is they are actually hovering shields. They are supposed to be like hovering shields floating around them at all time. Okay, straightening the leg. And then just do your best to get those plating into position that would not affect you. Oh, it has a little bit of shoulder. And this piece go back in upside down. And this is what you get. Which is not too bad. This guy Zeus is a little bit busy. That's for certain. He's especially his leg armor pieces, which is way too big. They could have just break it off into two pieces, just so that it can actually fold inward or something like that. That will make it much better. Right now, it just looks like that it has too many armor pieces floating around, which is not too bad. In the artwork, all of these actually have a missile launcher hidden inside them. So in that sort of sense, he's basically constantly in the pose of ready to fire everything. But yeah, you can see that the internal figure looks pretty good. The paint job is a bit gummy, but yeah, most of the paints are here. Great damage most of the stuff. The sculpts are actually pretty good for the robot itself. Oops, there we go. But yeah, this is Zeus. Not too bad. Just a shame that those plates are a bit big. Okay, we've been talking about a lot of hero character, so let's look at the villain. Oh, the Dark Evil Star. Yeah, I don't actually have a proper name for it. They just put some very random generic name for this guy's. Yeah, but this is one of the bad guy, and I have to say he's probably the second coolest looking bad guy I've in this line. So he is pretty basic. He's in an attempt to actually make the shell a little bit more breakup. They give him 3 of this, 1 backpack and 2 side shell, and the end result is even more shelly than Zeus you've seen just now. So let me show you. After you unpack all of the mini shell, you go in here, rotate the shoulder armor, which will allow those big shell and the mini shell that's attached to the side shell go a little bit further away from the body. So now you actually have some room to actually maneuver. So you now can actually come to the back. Push the back shell pieces away, and that will give you enough room to actually rotate the leg out. Now, as I said before, some of these guys are really loose, and then this guy is really tight on almost everything. The only thing that's a little bit loose is this ankle. This ankle is still pretty good. The legs joints are great. The knee joints are great, and as I'll kind of to show you, but his arm joints are also great as well. So his back piece rotates those swivel arm so that you can put them aside. His back shell looks pretty nice as a tail. So yeah, as we were finagling around, the shoulder armor just swivel away. So we'll just rotate them. Set this shell on his back like this. Do the same again on this end. Once again, set the shell up like this. That's his general look overall. And most importantly, his horn. And we have one of the 3 major villains on this show. And yeah, shell former, yes. Can't escape from it, but he looks pretty nice. I have to show you his faceplate. His head sculpt is really evil, really nice. He looks crazy and mad. And this guy's probably have the best paint application overall. Those are nice. Those are really well painted. Those are well painted. The shoulder armor is pretty well painted as well. And as I mentioned before, the face is actually really detailed. All of these plates are great as well. Yeah, out of all of them, this one has probably the best paint and build quality. So I'm pretty happy with it. Unfortunately, the shell is just heavy, so they will droop down as you mess around and have it pose somewhere. But yeah, pretty interesting, pretty nice. Hades. This one is not very well made, but he's very interesting. By the way, you can see that his head is here, and it's not very well painted. It's really messy. But yeah, Hades is probably one of the more complicated guy here. I mean, he's still a shell, but whoever designed him has a bit of ambition to trying to make his shell more complicated with more pieces. Because I could see 1 or 2 of them are actually have a generic formula to them, while this guy doesn't. So the side shell open up as usual, and then this 2 is individual shell, this 2 is individual shell, and this is individual shell, which is quite an odd thing. Unlike a Zeus, where all of them are left and right. So shell configuration. This guy is not. This guy has the shell in the middle, cut across with left and right everywhere. So, with the first thing to do is to get the side armor shell as far away as possible, which gives you extra room. like that. Those two are off, those two are off, and these two are unpack. Come on, unpack. So we'll start by rotating the butt flap back, rotate the leg forward, rotate the bottom half of the leg, and these shell pieces will then rotate and pose however you like. Same on this end. Take the leg out, rotate it, and that, and that, and then bring his two arms out like this, and these two pieces that's on the shoulder can rotate out and swivel out for a little bit to make them angle out a bit like this. And here is Hades, where Skeletor half evil, half good sort of characters look. And I think he's supposed to be a good guy as well in the show. Never seen the show, but I just like the design of the robot, that's why I'm buying them. But yeah, here is Hades. Other than the two big shell on the leg, which seems to have nowhere to go, everything else seems to have some sort of intention of where they go. Yeah, this two is supposed to be big shoulder armor with spikes sticking out. Oh, and he come with a scythe as well. All of this not just designed to have a slot in between the thumb and the fingers, but yeah, it's not very good. But yeah, he can hold them like this. It's not bad. It's unfortunate that it doesn't have any swivel on the arm. If his arm can actually swivel that way, that would be brilliant. Because yeah, so you can see, he has hand swivel. He has a double jointed elbow, and he has a pretty good range shoulder as well. So all that's missing is a bicep cut here, and he will be perfect. Yeah, I really like Hades. It's a really odd design, and I really like him.